Hey guys, it's Alex. Thank you so much for taking a second to journal with me today. Go ahead and grab your notebook, grab an app on your phone, whatever you like to journal with, and we'll get started. So today's journaling session is all about something called shadow work. This is a concept that was made famous by Carl Jung. He believed that we all have parts of ourselves that we hide or avoid. These are those fears, those habits, those insecurities that maybe we'd rather not look at. But if you're like me, you've experienced this. The more we tend to avoid these things, the more they actually tend to show up in our lives in ways we don't want or ways we don't like. One of my favorite quotes from Carl Jung on this is, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you'll call it fate." That quote hurts because it's so true. So I'm excited because today's journal prompt is all about facing these shadows. And I want to preface with, we're not trying to fix these shadow parts. We're not trying to change these shadow parts. We're just trying to give them space and to see them clearly for what they are. So here's today's journal prompt. What's something about yourself you tend to hide or avoid? And what might that part of you be trying to say? Let's get started journaling on this, and I'll check back in a minute. All right, you've got about 2 minutes left. What's something about yourself you tend to hide or avoid? And what might that part of you be trying to say? I know for me, the parts of myself I tend to avoid just want some space to be heard. Definitely not judged, definitely not rejected, definitely not fixed, just noticed. See if you can keep making space for these parts with curiosity and no need to defend or explain them away. All right, and that's time, but if you're still writing, feel free to finish up your thoughts. What I found with this prompt that was so interesting is that a lot of times these shadow parts are the parts of myself that I'm most ashamed of, that I'm most fearful of, that I try to avoid the most. But oddly enough, when I give them space, when I even just write it out in my journal, what's going on with them, why they exist, literally just letting them be, instead of trying to resist them all the time, suddenly they feel a lot less powerful or scary or dominating of my mind and my thoughts. It's weird. Like the moment you acknowledge them, they kind of lose their power a little bit. So that was really useful to me because you can't heal what you won't face. And so thank you for taking a second to journal with me today and facing those shadow parts alongside me. That's all for today. I'll see you back here on the channel for another journaling session soon.